everybody. Welcome to the Paranormal Portal. I'm your host, Brent Thomas. Hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me here on this fine Friday night as we dive into yet another episode of the Paranormal Portal. 2 full hours of fun right ahead of you. So I hope you're ready to be entertained, and I hope I'm ready to entertain you. Now, tonight we're going to do something a little bit different. It's a bit visual, but I'll do my best to explain it for our listening audience as well. But we're going to get into the news. We're going to do all the normal stuff that we do. We're going to do the news, the Discord question of the week. We're also going to try to squeeze in a little cryptid corner at the tail end. But in the meat of the show tonight, I've got a bunch of different spiritual investigative techniques lined up here. Not quite everything that I have, but quite a few items. And we're going to go through how they're used and tested, and how they're employed, and maybe, just maybe, we'll actually catch some kind of evidence of our own. So that'll be on the roster tonight. I've set up the portal, which is something we talk about quite often when I've investigated, because it's something I've used, and it was introduced to me by Mr. Dan Pruitt, who's a paranormal investigator friend of mine, just a wonderful guy and a hell of an investigator. And this is his build, and I'm going to show you it right now, at least part of it. It's sitting over there on the other table. And so we're going to get into that a little bit, and we're going to put that to work and listen for any kind of responses, see if we get anything responsive, as well as the Spirit Talker app. I've got a recording device for EVPs. I've got a little FLIR device that I'll show you. And actually over on that other table, I got the cat ball set up there too. It's right next to the red thing on the table. Those are actually 2 guitar pedals, but they're used to just kind of funnel the sound. Anyway, we'll get into more of that later in the show, but I got all this up on deck. We're going to test all of it, see what we can get. Maybe we'll get something, maybe we'll get absolutely nothing, but I hope to give you guys another idea of some techniques and methodologies that are put to use when you're investigating the ghosts and spirits and hauntings and such. So again, I don't pretend to be an expert at all, so please don't think of me as an authority on it. I'm a student of all of this as well. I love investigating. It's something that I really enjoy and want to do a lot more of. But it's something that I think a lot of people have a real TV version of. And, I think you get an idea of some of these tools and techniques, but we're going to go into them a little more, and, we'll put them to the test right here live with you as we're streaming, and perhaps we'll get something, perhaps we won't. Now, at the end, I'm going to try to utilize several different methods at once, including the Spirit Talker that's on my phone, including the portal device, and including looking for EVPs, as well as the ghost radar, which is always up on the screen. And perhaps we'll get some correlation. I don't know. We'll see. Thanks, Bowser. I appreciate that. Well, Bowser says, you're the best news station. You won't get this on CNN, I'll tell you that. This is just the Paranormal Portal, but we're going to do that. And as much as we can squeeze into 2 full hours, remember, we're running commercial free, so there'll be no interruptions. It'll just be us and all the mayhem we can stir up in 2 full hours. So I hope you guys are ready. And again, this is just experimental. I've never done this on the live show before. I've live streamed during investigations before, and that was a lot of fun having you guys there with. If any of you are here now that were there then you know what I'm talking about. But it's just it's an incredible experience. It's also a little unnerving at times, but hopefully it's an entertaining show. Hopefully you learn something. Deb Varner, our very own Paranormal Portal psychic, says, "Great, Brent. My group has an investigation on the 29th. Ooh, excellent, Deb. Well, keep us posted if you find anything. Especially, I'd love to, and if not, just keep us posted. I'd love to hear about how it goes. So, I guess to get things rolling, let's get on and start with the news. It's just you and I tonight, folks. So you guys are the co-host, If you have questions in the chat, I'll do my best to see them. But when I'm doing the news, I've got 2 full monitors full of tabs and pages, and I can't really see the chat, so just bear with me. I don't know if Portal Mom's here, but she usually lets me know when something happens in the chat that requires my attention, not intention. I have the intention of checking the chat. I just don't always have the ability. But anyway, we'll dig into it and see where we get to tonight. Again, this is all experimental, so don't have any high hopes. We may get something compelling. We may get a bunch of trash. I don't know. We'll just see. There's no guarantees with the paranormal. Much in contrary to what you see on a lot of videos and TV, most investigations are very quiet and pretty uneventful. So we'll see what we find out. But I do guarantee you this, that whatever you see here tonight is not staged or planned in any way whatsoever. I give you my word of honor that whatever happens is happening in real time, and I'm just as surprised as you are, or just as disappointed as you are, depending on what happens. So we'll see. But I've got the studio all cleansed prior to all this, so we'll see. We'll see what goes on. So let's get to the news and see what else we can dig into. Again, we are both broadcasting on YouTube as well as TFRlive.com, which is broadcasting on iHeart, TuneIn, and TalkStream Live. So we've got probably several people out there listening to us outside of YouTube. So hopefully I can do a good job explaining it to our audio audience, so that you understand a little bit about what's going on, because without the visuals, it's going to be a little bit of a different experience, but you'll be able to hear. So, and if any of you are hearing things that I'm missing, or seeing things going on in the cameras that I'm not seeing, by God, let me know. So, let's get to the news. I might actually use Don's camera for the news, because we can keep an eye on that cat ball, see if it goes off. Again, you've been watching the last several shows. I've had that cat ball that lights up when it's hit. That's used often in paranormal investigating, and if it goes off, that's could be something, because I'm not touching that table at all, and it does take a significant bit of activity for it to go off. It's not just little vibrational sensitive. So let's see what we can do here on the news. Ready? We're going in. Welcome to the Paranormal Portal News Desk. I think I am going to put this one up, so then we can keep an eye on that. As we're doing the news, just keep an eye on the cat ball. It's right next to the black box with the microphone net right above it. It is the little ball on the table there. So those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can see that live. And I think we'll all notice it if it starts flashing, but we'll see. Let me bump the table here so you can see what to expect. There we go. So that'll give you an idea of what to look for as we're doing our investigative series here tonight on the Paranormal Portal live show. All right. So yeah, maybe a ghost cat, Eric says. I don't think I got any of those. I got two of the real thing, the living kind, and they're not in the room. So it's just me and you. All right. So got a few things going on in the news tonight. So going to be a little briefer news broadcast. There wasn't a ton of new stuff to go over, but I pulled up a few things that I think should be interesting, and got something sent to me as well, which was really cool. I really appreciate that. But first off, let's go to the first article of the night, and this is coming from unexplained-mysteries.com. This is a great site. Please check them out. Support what they're doing over there, folks, because it's really marvelous. But it says, woman emerges from cave after spending 500 days completely alone. And maybe you've heard about this. Apparently, it was as part of a scientific study to look into the ramifications or long-term effects of living in a cave. I don't know. Apparently, people have done it before, though. But anyway, the remarkable stunt was part of an experiment to help scientists better understand the effects of extreme isolation. A year and a half alone in a cave might seem like a nightmare to a lot of people, but Spanish athlete Beatriz Flamini emerged with a cheerful grin and said she thought she had more time to finish her book. So obviously she wasn't just sitting in darkness there. She had almost no contact with the outside world during her impressive feat of human endurance. For 500 days, she documented her experiences to help scientists understand the effects of extreme isolation. It says one of the first things that became apparent on April 12, 2023, when she emerged from the cave, was how fluid time is. Shaped more by your personality traits and the people around you than by a ticking clock. Well, there's certainly that. I mean, I think everybody can relate to when you're a kid, time takes forever. It takes forever. Like a summer is forever when you're off break from school. To the point, it feels so long that you actually miss going to school and seeing your friends and stuff. So, that's a long stretch. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with school, of course, but an hour car ride as a kid takes forever. But as an adult, it's just like, pow, there goes a week. What the hell just happened? I can tell you, as I've gotten older, time is definitely going faster for me. It's like, man, I'm another year older already. When did this happen? So it took forever when I was young, but now that I'm older, it's, man, those days are just whipping by. So I don't know. I think that's a very accurate statement, but I didn't think it takes being locked in a cave to figure that one out. But anyway, one of the first things that became apparent, I read that one. When talking to reporters about her experiences, Flamini explained that she rapidly lost her sense of time. The loss of time was so profound that her support team came to retrieve her. She was surprised that her time was up. Instead, she believed she had only been there maybe 160 or 170 days. Hey, is that flashing? It is flashing. That wasn't me, folks. I don't think. No, that did flash, didn't it? That wasn't still flashing, was it? Yeah, it just lit up. That's not me, folks. I was just banging on the desk here just to see. And no, that's wasn't me. So anyway, being in a cave alone, it's kind of a long article. It goes into a lot more detail than that. I don't know. I mean, if they need to do that, or they figure that's a good thing to do to figure out how people deal with stress and isolation, then cool. And I'm glad she's in good spirits. So yeah, I guess the ball went off, huh? That's pretty cool. I don't know what happened. That wasn't me though. I was just banging on the desk here just to make sure that maybe I bumped it real hard when I was reading that story. So, there you go. 9:10 Central Time. Rachel gets it right. Says, yeah, thank you for marking the time on that. It went off twice. Oh, okay. The ball went up 2 times. All right. Well, that's not me, folks. I can guarantee you, and those of you that have been here for the past several, 3 shows or more, I've had that ball sitting around, and you know that it just doesn't go off incidentally. So we'll keep an eye on it. I don't know. It wasn't me. All I can say is it wasn't me. So it could be indeed Don's spirit. I think he's still using his spirit, John. I don't think he's done with it yet. So we'll just keep an eye on it and see what happens as we continue down the rabbit hole here of the Paranormal Portal. So the next article up. Sorry, I'm a little raspy tonight. I don't know what's going on. I've been kind of a little bit, not severely, but a little bit congested. Just like froggy, I guess. Not like runny nose kind of stuff, but just kind of froggy. So anyway, the next article up is also coming from unexplained-mysteries.com. And this is ghost film moving about in attic of haunted Gettysburg Inn. And I guess we'll check that out too when it comes up. But it's the Farnsworth House Dining. I just imagine that whole area with all of the upheaval and tragedy that happened. There it goes again. Yeah. I can see, I can't actually see the ball because it's being blocked from me, but I have a water bottle sitting here that's catching the light and flashing it for me. So yeah, I don't know what's doing that. Is it actually moving or is it just flashing? That's what I'm not sure about. I guess it likes ghost stories. So let's continue. Some of your peers are being mentioned here. Just so you know, you might want to check the screen and watch. It says an amateur ghost hunter spotted the mysterious activity while visiting Farnsworth House in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Barnhill has been going on amateur ghost hunts with his wife for over 3 decades, had been visiting the iconic building when he noticed something moving about in the upstairs attic window. The shadow, whatever it is, can be seen in the video several times. Afterward, Barnhill spoke to the staff at the house and was told that there were no tours scheduled to go in at the attic at that time. The footage was taken and the room itself is rarely entered, even by staff, with the door being kept locked around the clock. Of course, it is possible there was someone there at the time. There it goes again. Well, this has never happened before, so this is in this house, in this studio. I've, of course, had it set up here through the last live shows, and it's never gone off. So we'll see what's going on, folks, but it's definitely active tonight. Can I say for sure it's paranormal? No, but it's not normal. So I can't say it's a spirit doing it, but I can say that it's not normal for it to go off. Because, again, I've been running it every live show. It's never gone off. It's sat there idly for hours and never done anything, and now it's gone off like 5 times. So that's a good sign. Maybe we're going to have a really productive night. We'll get into some of my other theories too as we go further in the show tonight. But let's check out the footage for yourself. This is from Steve Knight, CBS 21. I'm going to mute it and we'll just watch because, oh, look at that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Dude, there's people moving up in the house.
Can I make it bigger? Yeah, look at that.
Oh, no way. Oh, no way. Oh, my God.
Check it out again one more time.
Oh, my God. Dude, there's people moving up in the house.
Huh.
Oh.
Wow.
No way. Oh, no way. Oh, my God.
That's pretty interesting. Could be very legitimate footage. That's pretty impressive. The source was Local 21 News. So is that actually a ghost? It could be. There it goes again. It is a ghost. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Do you know that person? Do you know that ghost? I don't know. Do you guys talk? I'm not trying to be cheeky, but it does. I do wonder if they can communicate through, distances, because it's all energetic, right? So our space for us is a very physical, real thing, and it becomes a barrier. Oh yeah. I don't know. It's just flashing like crazy. That's wild. I'm going to stomp my feet after it quits just to see if maybe I'm not moving my feet though, but yeah, if I do it really hard, I know I've not stomped that hard. So I don't know. Unless it's just going off naturally. Do me a favor and don't trigger it. Don't trigger it. If you're doing that again, don't do that, because I'm trying to test to see if it's me, if I've done something inadvertently. No, I'm stomping as hard as I can. That's not going off. There it is, folks. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It could very well be the real deal. So I'm not sure. I don't think we're gonna look at this one, because this one I thought was more interesting than it is, but it's just a weird little jellyfish that was discovered, and it's not. It sounded like a big cryptid. The headline on this next article was "Cube-shaped creature with 24 eyes discovered hiding in pond in Hong Kong," study says, by the Miami Herald. But then when you look at it, I'm just going to put it up on screen so you guys can see it. Let me close this last one. When you look at the actual images of it, you can see that they basically scooped it up in a little plastic bag, and there's a bunch of these little micro jellyfish in there. And so here's the actual article, Miami Herald from April 20th, which was yesterday. Okay. So here's them sampling the pond water, and just to get cut right to the chase, come on, really? There's the actual creature. And it's cool. New things are discovered. That's wonderful.
Grasshopper.
Grasshopper. No, it's not a grasshopper. It's a jellyfish. That's the ghost radar going off. So, no, it's not a grasshopper, but it is a jellyfish. I don't know if it sounds like it's fresh water, but it's 24 eyes arranged in a set of six, in sets of six rather. So there's explaining the eyes. Some are light sensitive eyes. Some are actually, like visual eyes. So I don't know, but there they are. This brand new species that they just discovered. Again, is that give us hope for things like cryptids? Not really microscopic things, I don't think, but when they find megafauna or big animals that they didn't know exist before, that to me is very exciting. So, there was one. I thought there was one more. Maybe there isn't one more. I guess we're going to wrap up the news here because I want to get to this investigative stuff since things are really going off, or at least were going off. I don't know if they still are, or still will. Again, with all of this stuff, you just never know. But let's get back to the rest of the show. We got to get to the Discord question of the week next. All right, folks, we're back at it here on the Paranormal Portal as always. And I don't know. I can't account for that ball going off at all. That's pretty cool. You got poltergeist. Nah, you know what? Here's the thing. Objects moving is not really indicative of poltergeist because poltergeist activity is off the charts. I mean, it's doors opening and slamming and tables moving and furniture and stuff. I mean, it's really profound. Stuff like this is just potential spiritual activity. And by spirit, I'm not saying that they're always used to be people. They're just entities that exist in the spiritual state. So I can't be sure that was a former resident. I don't know, maybe. But it could have been some elemental or some other form of being that exists etherically to us and can maybe interact with us. So, but I'm sure you said that tongue in cheek. And so I don't mean to be like, well, no, actually, not trying to be all Poindexter about it, but I think that's an important distinction as well. So forgive me. I didn't mean to make that into more than it should have been. Brent, you have him. Let him know it's okay to play with the ball again. Yes, it is okay to play with the ball again. Go ahead and move that ball. I just wanted you not to do it for a second while I tested that. So please, if you're still here, feel free to make that ball light up all that you want. I think that's wonderful. That's exciting. So, yeah. Okay, I got a bunch of messages here. You got a poltergeist. Is the ghost app you were using last few shows the same one as in the video you posted to Discord last night? Yes, it is, Maggie. Yep, that was a wild video. Exactly. Yeah, that's the same one. I haven't quite gotten it, but it's maybe making me think maybe I'm being too critical on the responses, and maybe I need to have an open mind because, again, watching that video, and it was in real time, unbroken. Not the whole thing was not an unbroken chain of events, but there was entire video segments that didn't seem to be edited that seemed to have very solid responses to what was going on. So yes, I do welcome you to play with the ball again. If you would like to light it up, please feel free. That's fine. I think that's wonderful. It's nice to see it's going off. And again, we're going to get to the Discord next, but I just want to say that ghost investigating doesn't have to be expensive. That cat ball was like $1.50 or $1.99 or something, or maybe $2.99 on Amazon. And it's a great trigger because with very little interaction, it can be a real vibrant visual representation of spiritual activity. So I think that, a lot of us, you look at some of the stuff out there, it's like, oh, $300, oh, a $700 camera. It doesn't have to be like that. You can use a camera on your iPhone, and there's nothing that says you have to do it in the darkness. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. This is all stuff I wanted to discuss later, but let's see. Could be me triggering the light. I've been told I have a big spirit. Well, Bowser, I don't know how big your spirit is, but unless you're God, you'd have to be on Jesus and up, I think, to be triggering it from wherever you are. No, I'm just kidding. Again, space doesn't matter. If any of you out there are telekinetic, then maybe it's you. But anyway, or psychokinetic. Yeah. Les Hint says, what if it's someone thinking really hard about lighting it? Sure. I mean, that's certainly a possibility. I do believe that we have psychokinetic abilities. I think everybody does. I think, I've even using my phone. Sometimes I play these little dorky games when I have a few minutes, and they require a lot of clicking. Well, I've had my thumb above the screen, not touching the screen, but thinking real hard about, I got to click that. And then it clicks without me moving my thumb. And it's happened several times. So I don't know. I think that energy follows intention. I think that's a really important thing to remember, because when you intend for something, then that energy follows it. And you're not guaranteed results by that, but that's why I think prayers work, sending prayers, and my energy follows my intention. My sending my love works because my energy follows my intention. And so, those are all important things. So always remember, that's something I've heard like since I was a teenager. My second cousin, who was like another mom to me, always said, energy follows intention. Remember that. And I was like, okay. And I've never forgot it. Good or bad energy is always at work. Yeah, Bimora, you're right. And it's just, honestly, it's just energy. The intention is what creates the good or bad. So what is your intention? If it's to harm, it's still just a neutral energy, but it's directed by your will. And so that's my opinion. But anyway, good or bad, it's always at work. You're right. You're absolutely right. All right. So let's get to the segments dealing with our Discord community. I love this part of the show a lot because it gives us a chance to hear from you. And special thanks to K-Love, who provided the question tonight. That was awesome. I appreciate it. And she's like, hey, how about this question? I'm like, oh, that's great. So we posted K-Love's question tonight, and it's a good one. Every question is good, but I like this one. It's one that I had never thought to ask, but it's a very good take, and I'm interested to read what you guys have said about it. I'll put it up the link twice. This is the link to our Discord server. It is in the YouTube chat. If you'd like to become a part of our Discord community, please do click that link, and it'll bring you in there, and it'll bring you to our Discord community. So love to have you guys over there and be a part of it. So, all right, the question of the week, and many of you have brought up points that I was like, wow, I don't think I ever would have thought of it that way. That's really incredible. So it's helping me as well, because my whole impetus for doing this show was I want to understand this stuff. I want to know, what is this weird stuff that keeps happening to people? Why is this stuff happening? And so your input has been greatly appreciated and treasured by me. So thank you, everybody who's a part of our Discord community, and thank you. My chat disconnected, but it's successfully connected. Good. Yeah, I got glitchy connection now, folks. It's a spooky night in the portal. Hopefully we'll be able to keep it running. Try refreshing, K-Love. Let's see. Try refresh. I got a green light here on my software. So it quit streaming. What? You're freezing here too? What the hell's going on? Let me look. No, it's still connected. Even both my streaming software and I don't know if you guys stream isn't working. Both. Oh shoot. Let me do this. Come on. No. Software and the YouTube feed. All right. If you're here and you're part of the spiritual realm that are present, You are not allowed to interfere with my connections. That's really important. Okay. Batman says good now. Back. Okay. Spooky cat toy. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened there, but comes and goes, Rachel says. Okay, back for now. Well, let's just keep hoping. My chat was showing error. Yeah, it did have an error on mine, too. It showed disconnect, reconnect, disconnect, reconnect. So I don't know if it was why it was live or not, but I had to talk with the spirits in the room. They're not allowed to touch the connection. Not allowed to mess with the computer and the connection. Just in case it's all ghostly. And I don't know that it is, but I'm just covering all the bases. All right, so Discord question of the week. Glad you guys are all back. Good, thank you. Tonight's question for the Friday show. Thank you, K-Love. If people believe there are aliens among us, does anyone believe there might be an alien invasion on Earth in the near future? Especially when the Pentagon has a theory of a mothership parked out in space with scouts here in our skies. That's a great question. And, I've always kind of just felt like, well, I just have to believe if they're that advanced, they must be more advanced socially than us too, but maybe not. That's a great question. So Donkey Kong weighed in first. He said, I do believe aliens are among us and don't think the alien apocalypse will happen without us doing something to provoke it. But if there really was a mothership, the invasion could already be happening without us knowing, because they could be like the shapeshifters from The Thing. Really good horror movie, by the way, very suspenseful. And we would never know it until it's too late. Yeah, that's a great point. Jeez. Imagine that they could. And there's many people that believe that there's currently populations living among us now. And if they can blend in to the point that we can't even see who is who, they just look like other people. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the dream tactic, I think, of any invading military is to first infiltrate, gather information. And then once you have the information and you put resources in place, you put strategy in place, and then boom, So I guess if they can do that, it would. I don't know that there's anything we could really do to stop it. But anyway, great thoughts. Thank you, Donkey Kong. Lars Grass says they are beings that protect us from invasion. I hope you're right, Lars. I appreciate that. I've certainly heard those takes too. That hey, there are aliens out there that are very protective of us, and they are trying to keep everything in balance from other maybe less noble races. So let's hope that that's the case. Let's go to the next one. Just here and there, 66. I believe the invasion has already come to pass. The aliens are very well camouflaged. Their mothership has been there for centuries, or it could be the alien neighbors come to call. Yeah, maybe by invasion, it just means they chose to come here and just be a part of our world. And that's not a bad thing. Kind of like, the British invasion of music, It's like, oh, the Beatles, woo. It wasn't a destructive thing, although some people back in that day might have suggested it was a horrible, terrible thing. But, maybe they just started populating here and have integrated and are just here keeping tabs on what we're doing. Kayla herself weighs in. She says, thank you, Brent Thomas, for asking my question, and to all who have participated in the feedback. The subject has been on my mind ever since the discovery of the interstellar object Oumuamua back in 2017, passing through our solar system. I believe the aliens are among us. I feel over my lifetime, I've met a few hiding in plain sight in human form. Yeah, I've thought the same thing. I really have. I felt a strange vibe coming from one of them in person, and it was uncomfortable, almost as though they were trying to tap into my warm light of spirit and soul energy. Ooh, that's a little creepier. As for the alien invasion, I'm torn between a possible real event versus a fake event, Project Bluebeam, brought only by using CGI and government deep state. Some people like Dr. Stephen Greer believe that the government deep state is planning a fake event in the near future, and they've had the technology to do this since the 50s. Dr. Greer claims he makes contact with these aliens who are friendly, and they only want to help our human race. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if all abductees agree. I've certainly talked to a few that have had horrible experiences. Other people such as Dr. Michael Salla of exopolitics.org have been saying there are space arcs deep underground here on Earth that have been recently activated. Dr. Salla interviews a super soldier by the name of JP who has witnessed these arcs. JP has been trained by our secret military in the 20 and Back program for off-planet use. In light of all of the UFOs, UAP talk in the news and by our U.S. Pentagon, one has to wonder what's going to happen next, if anything. I'm not afraid, but I'd like to be more prepared. Do I run for cover into the basement or pull up chairs on the back patio and pour wine while watching the skies? Overall, I'm highly amused by all of this entertainment going on. What a time to be alive. Isn't that the truth? Yeah. I mean, who would have thought we'd be having discussions about stuff like this? Yeah. It's great that there's more acknowledgement of it. But good points, K-Love. Thank you. Shepherdess, not a unique take, but the more advanced our technology becomes, the more I'm tempted to wonder if aliens and UFOs past and present aren't just us via the AI, biotechnology, etc. from the future once we've figured out time travel. Yeah, that's a possibility. What if they are? I've certainly, there was a video that was circulating apparently, allegedly showing a gray alien who said he was from the future and that, they were coming back to observe. They'd lost, after a huge nuclear war, they mutated and became these gray alien looking things rather than the human beings that they allegedly once were. Is that legitimate? Well, I don't know. I guess if it was as sensitive and top secret as that sounded and was alleged to be, I don't think it would still be surviving on the internet. But maybe it looks so far out there that they just figured, why bother? Nobody's going to believe this. But who knows? Lars Grass comes back in and says, Greer is an interesting person. I personally don't believe everything he says. As for aliens, there is a mothership nearby, but it's not an enemy ship. It's one of the ships, the friendly group that I've had contact with. As for enemy motherships and scouts, I don't believe that the friendly group would allow any within a light year of our solar system unless they sneak through. Yeah, I hope so. I hope you're right, Lars. K-Love comes back to Lars and says, that's amazing. You've had alien contact with a friendly group. Thanks for sharing. And it would be wonderful to hear more about your contact with them. Yeah. And Lars and K-Love go back and forth. Yeah. He says, but he did say, I'm not very good at sharing my stories, but if you have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Yeah. Chucky Danger weighs in. He says, I do believe that there are a few aliens that are among us. As for an invasion, I think that it's more likely that something like Project Bluebeam happens. A fake holographic invasion or drone display would likely shake the foundations of the unaware masses, leaving the unification of the world to unite against a threat, real or imagined. Yeah, much like Ronald Reagan said in the UN address. All right, let's go to Chad Vota. He says, I think these sophisticated entities have been with us for the whole ride. That's a great point because, of course, there is the alien astronauts theory, which does seem to have at least some merit. I do believe that some of the advanced races play a bigger part in the universe than we could fathom. Like, for example, light beings, most would call them angels. I believe they are different beings, but no, they are not hostile. This question is awesome. I could go on, but I hate typing. That's a good point. Yeah. Rachel 101 weighs in and says, I think the aliens have been here for a very long time. An outright invasion would be quite disruptive, and it seems that they prefer to be seen as little as possible. Peaceful contact would be preferred, but some governments prefer to sell the fear of contact more than a peaceful engagement. Yeah, well, fear sells, right? Fear is a great motivator. Just watch the news. It's definitely the flavor of news is fear. And that's unfortunate, but it sells newspaper because, or it sells viewership or newspapers or whatever, because people that are afraid they want to assuage their fears desperately. So they keep looking for information about what's going on and they're hoping, for some kind of resolution. So Stacy Backroading says, while I do believe there may be other life forms and races out there, I don't believe they are what we've been made to believe they are. I believe in God and believe he created the world around us. Yeah. And I also believe if he created us, he's capable of creating other worlds with other life forms and races. As for aliens, spaceships, and yes, even abductions, I believe they are the man-made handiwork of our own governments from within the world we live in. The government, movies, TV shows, and abductee accounts have taught us to fear aliens, while giving us all a fear that they would one day be an alien invasion and they would be coming to take over our world. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but I do believe there will be a fake alien invasion, and possibly very soon. But I believe it will be at the hands of our own government, with more and more people waking up worldwide and questioning the actions of our country combined governments. What better way than fear to gain control of a population you've lost control of when all other attempts have failed? Yeah. Great points. And yes, thank you everybody for weighing in on this. I appreciate all of your contributions. Yeah, I don't know. I really would like to believe, again, here's the thing, and I've said this for a long time. I think that if indeed aliens are here, and I believe they are because I've witnessed craft myself that I can't explain in manners that defy the imagination. But if they're already here, why would they wait for us to become stronger and stronger technologically over time? Why wouldn't if they wanted this planet, they could have done it with very, very little resources while we were still swinging sticks and, lobbing spears. Why would they wait till now? And why would they help potentially nurture civilizations and teach if the end result was just to come and take it? And wait. And why wait until we damage it more and more and more, with our experimentations and technologies and chemicals and any number of things? Why would they have waited until we've certainly altered the world around us? So I don't know. That's my take on it. I guess that's always where I start from. I'm not saying it couldn't be possible. There were several different species, and maybe some of them are very benign and helpful, and others are very malevolent, and maybe there's a competition there to who gets this garden. I don't know. And I don't know. I'm just glad maybe someone's looking out for us. Bowser says, my theory is that they would want to study us and see how we grow. Yeah, but I mean, if these are, we're not really, we're certainly an extraordinary construct or biological being with a spiritual soul, and that is all fantastic, but I don't think that's unique in the universe. I think you could watch a chicken grow and probably understand biology rather than watching us grow, unless you mean to see what we could become. Maybe that's a good take. I don't know. It's anybody's guess. But again, thank you so much for weighing in and taking part in all of this. I appreciate your guys' contributions. And let's get back to the rest of it so we can start looking into what's beyond the veil. Let's check it out. Boom. All right, folks. So we're going to start off this whole fun fest of digging into a little bit of paranormal research here, try to figure out some techniques that are being utilized. As you know, I've got the portal all set up over here. It's pretty much all good to go. So I think it can also be really time intensive. So I think we'll start there. I got to go over here and turn on all this stuff and get it all ready to roll. So I'm going to take out my headphone for a sec. Just sit quietly, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right there. You'll hear it come on when it comes on, because that's why I got Don's microphone aimed at it. I'm going to unmute that and we'll get this all going. And we'll start there. And I'll explain some of the mechanics at it as well. So 1 second. 1 moment, please. All right. So, first off, all right, second, third. Now, this, I wish you could see this. I could show you it over here. This is my little old iPhone. These old phones are great for just having an app on them. All right, let's see. What do we got? All right. Slide to unlock. I'm using a database app called Spiritus. Spiritus. All right. Just waiting for it to start up so I can start launching all of this. And we can have a listen at some of this maybe communication. Again, the cat ball is sitting right there.
Welcome to Spiritus.
Okay. Did you guys hear that okay, or is it too soft?
Yeah.
Oh, no. The battery on the red thing is drained. Okay, so hold on. I got to get that reverb working. Hold on a sec. It's got juice.
Exactly.
Chin. To see.
Maybe I can add some reverb on this. Okay, let's try it now. Whoa. That's a little loud.
Plant. Oh.
Yes.
I don't know why this isn't working though. It was working before the show.
Plant. Play.
That's probably the cat ball going off from me bumping the table here. So just hold on.
Left.
I'm kind of leaning against the table, so don't get too excited about that. Why isn't this working? That's weird. Okay. Let's try one more thing here. Hold on. Yeah, that was exactly when I clicked the ball. So let's do this. Switch these. See if that matters. Oh my God. It really was just working. There we go. Okay. It's me. Is that what you're saying? It's me? Please don't mess with the red thing that I'm touching. If you're interrupting that, that's not helping. Come on. All right, let's try number 2. No, that's the reverse one. Let's go here. Now the reverb is not going to work. It's supposed to be working. Come on, baby. No, don't want that one. I think we'll go 1 again.
Yep. 8.
Okay. All right. Well,
Q.
All right, so these are just a word database, and it's partial words. We'll try this for a little bit. I got to figure out, it's weird. The reverb worked right before the show. So we'll just listen. I swear my Samsung phone was doing the same thing a couple months ago in the middle of the night. Hey, Wes, how you doing, brother? So this is what's based on the specifications of a guy named Steve Huff, who let me turn down Don's thing here a little bit. He developed what's called the portal. And so that's why I call this the portal, because it's basically the same mechanics. So there's a database of sound fragments. I'm going to turn it way down. And it's only partial words. So if you hear a full word, that should be indicative of an anomaly. Is it for sure supernatural, paranormal? No. But it is anomalous. So there is that, along with a noise gate, which is the white box over there. It's basically a guitar stomp pedals. And then a reverb. And the idea is to create a sound field that's a little more robust, that is believed spirits can manipulate the sounds using a technique or a theory called stochastic resonance, that spirits can take a sound field and create words. It's much like old paranormal researchers used to use white noise, like a staticky noise, and were able to get words out of that. So we're just going to test this for a little bit here. I've never done this in my own home before, which probably makes me kind of stupid. But again, I want to introduce you guys to these concepts and go over some of the techniques that are utilized when you're doing spirit investigations. So we'll listen to that. And also, if you have any questions that you'd like asked, again, pretty sure I heard, probably not, Bowser. Thanks. But if you have a question that you'd like to have asked, I'll ask. But you can't steamroll it. So I guess we'll start off with, is there any entities that are here that would like to talk with us? We're hoping you can utilize this devices over on this table and create words. Can you do that? Sounded like me. Is there anyone here? The cat ball is also over there. If you can make that flash to let us know you're here, that would be great. The little round ball that's on that table that lights up. I can't believe that reverb won't work. I just tested it before the show and it worked fine. Is anybody here with us that would like to communicate? Sound like Chief or something. Now, a lot of this you have to learn. It takes a little bit of listening to, because it will generate sounds whether you're it's not paranormal just because you're hearing something. It's going to generate sounds. But when you listen to those sounds, if they become words or are discernible as words, that's a bit anomalous. Again, it's only one thing. There's one more thing one more thing I want to set up on this table as well. And this is something you'll all be familiar with. I forgot to pull it out as I was setting up for the show tonight. But this is something most of you, I'm sure, will be very familiar with. I'm going to make the thing go off. This is a K2 meter. K2 meters are used to detect EM fields. I told you to buy a green screen. I'm not a good shopper, Wes. I'm impulse. I'm an impulse shopper. Okay. So now the K2 meter is on the table as well. And I did just set it down. That's what's making that cat ball go off. That was only me. That wasn't anomalous, just for the record. What did... Let's try a different sound bank. No, let's go to 3. I'm using the in-app reverb because the stomp box reverb is not working, and I'm not sure why. Again, that's not uncommon though. I've had that go off by itself before on investigations. I've had it power cycle on and off both pedals. Is there anyone here that can communicate with us? If so, can you give us a sign that you're here or make a word or something that tells us you're here? Thank you for the chat donation, by the way. That was Martin. Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. Can you ask the ghost about 9/11? What? Oh, no. I'm not going there, Martin. This isn't that kind of show. This isn't that kind of show, brother. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go down those avenues. So, but thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. If you'd like a refund, just let me know an email, paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. But no. Oh, that's anomalous, folks. The cat ball went off. We got to watch for the EM spikes as well on the K2. So that's like having more than one methodology available. It went off again. Yeah. I wonder if the sound, if it's so close to the speaker. I'm going to move that cat ball. Maybe that vibration is too much from there. It said move it? Did it say move it? Yay. Yay for bad planning. All right. Okay. There we go. I've moved it away from the speaker a little bit there. Hopefully. I think we're doing good, Bowser. Thank you. We'll just keep an eye on this. Keep asking questions. Is there anybody has a question? Let me know. Good idea. Yeah, I just want to make sure to remove any false positives because it was when those loud noises came through. Maybe that's enough to trigger it. So by moving it away from there. Can anyone communicate with us? God, that sounded like a yes. Didn't it? Or is it just me? Yeah. I'm an expert at bad planning, Barbara. So for those of you just listening and not getting an audio or a visual feed, I've got these other devices all set up, and essentially, again, it creates a sound field. There was an EM spike there just a little bit. The K2 meter went up one bar, so that could be an EM field. And again, the K2 is going to have a more... Oh, there it went again. Yeah, it is actually spiking. So the K2 is going to have a bigger, robust EM field detection than the ghost radar that's on the screen right here. That has a very narrow detection band because the EM field used in wireless is very narrow, but the K2 should be full spectrum. The box said no. Okay. Can a mod drop the email for Martin if you'd like? Yeah. I don't know. Did he respond? Did Martin respond? It sounds like a Merkle Media production. The sound quality is spot on. Well, you know, I learned from the best. Thank you, Rachel. Did it sound like it said dang it or damn it? I'm sorry. Did you hear that, or is that just me? Guys, let me know in chat if you're hearing that as well. It's best to have... Okay, Bowser said yes. So again, these are only fragments of words. They're just little parts of words. So when you get longer phrases like that. Okay, Martin, I will. Thank you. I will send it to you. Could you send me your email or PayPal at that email address? And I'll send it back to you. Thank you. Who is here with us? I couldn't make that out. But it was like Tichanda. That was like 3 sounds. There's the same sound. I hear both male and female voices. Yeah, just so you know, the sound bites themselves are in male and female voices. So the masculine or feminine tones really aren't as relevant as what's coming through. Oh, that sounded like a full word of something, but it was kind of fuzzy. Let me take off the phaser. I got the phaser. I took off one of the effects. If it had a phaser effect. Do you have a name? Did you hear that? Yeah. What is it? Hello? How many of you are here with us? Either said 9 or none. Oh, it's getting more active. Okay. Now, this next technique is something you can do just to see if you're getting actual communication. Because, again, a lot of these are you have to speculate on what is being said. Some things come through really clear, like you can't ignore it. But a lot of it is, was that this or that? So, yep. Okay. Huh. Did you hear house? Okay. All right. One of the things that you can do to test is say, oh, that was 2 voices at one time. That's not supposed to be possible. Hello? Well, that was a different voice. I'm here. Did you hear? I'm here. Who are you? Do you have a name? Sounded like 5. Okay, thank you, Deb. Okay. Yeah. Hello? Why are you here? I keep hearing ELP as in help, maybe. Okay. Oh, that was a good voice. I was talking over it. Unfortunately, I'm trying to broadcast and do this. Sound like Chad or Brad or Rad. Oh, that was a different voice. Dave? I heard Dave. Is there a Dave here? wonder, maybe the EM meter might be also too close. I'm going to reposition that away from the speaker as well. Any speaker has a strong magnet anyway. So I'm noticing that it's triggering at about the same time as the speaker in some of the louder voices. So yeah, yes. No, it's kind of out of screen now. Let's see. Tell you what? Shoot. That's not really either. Oh, come on.
Dennison.
Okay.
1.
Wow, I was just talking about counting. All right, let me get back to that test. Can you count with me? I'm going to say some numbers and you say the next one. 1, 2, 3. You have to say it quickly. Let's try it again. 1, 2, 3. It sounded like 5. Maybe they're not good counters. Dennison. Yeah, I heard Dennison a couple times now. You're right. I don't know. Is Dennison a name of one of you?
Good luck.
Put what, the EM? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do that.
Setting it.
Can any of you... That was weird. Brent, maybe ask it to speak one at a time. Is it possible for any of you to move the little ball on that table, or touch that little ball? Can you make that ball light up? If you move it, it will light up, or if you touch it, it should light up. That was like a yell. Can you make the little ball light up, please? Okay, please do. It's like it said no. No. Did you hear that? Oh, no. Would one of you please light up that ball? I heard unalive starting with K. Us in the weird. His name is Dennis. It said Dennison 4 times. That sounded like help. That was like a yell for help. How can we help you? That was like a full couple words. So after listening to this for a while, you get to know what the standard noises are and what are anomalous noises. And it takes a period of time. It all sounds creepy when you start, but once you start listening over a period of time, you start to narrow it down and go, oh, this is a little unusual. And those are the things we're looking for. Bowser, how old are you? Jeez. Can any of you move that ball, please? The little ball on that table. Can you move it and make it flash? It will help us to know you are here. Can you do that? Does any of you require help or want help? That was 2 words, but it was very, very different.
I was wrong.
I was wrong? I was something. Yeah, Richard, that's my new co-host. This one always shows up. I just need fresh batteries every once in a while. I'm a nut. Did you hear that? I was wrong. Yeah, John heard that too. What were you wrong about? Okay. So this is what a portal session is like. I've done this in several haunted locations, and it gets pretty creepy. The creepiest time was up on the mountain of Coloma, Montana, in the pitch darkness, being just Dan and I alone. And there was no people for miles and miles. It was just us in this ghost town. And I'm here to tell you, the darkness up there is like soup. You just got your head on a swivel. It feels like there's a million eyes on you, and none of them you can see. That was a loud one. Can you make the ball flash, please? That was 2 voices. That shouldn't happen either. A jumper or something?
Boy.
That sound like boy. It sound like moo. That's funny. Moo or move? Oh, I'd love to check it out. Aggravated. Yeah, I'd love to travel around and do a lot more of this.
I was wrong.
You were wrong again. Okay. About what? What are you wrong? That was like da 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 da. Same voice. All 3 of those. Dun da da. 4 sounds. Oh, put it on screen so you can see. You heard Brent? Don't get choked out now. Oh, okay, gotcha, Bowser. All right. Well, I was just curious. Are you stuck in this house? Are you stuck in this house?
1.
1 again. It's also interesting that sometimes it like spits out a bunch of things, and other times it's more just one in a bit. In the chair, there's a device that if you sit in that chair or touch it, it could light up for us as well. Could you try to touch that device? Wow, that was like 3 voices. That's definitely not. What was that, Joseph? Hey, James, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I'm sorry if I'm not watching chat real closely. I'm trying to listen and keep an eye on what's going on here. Tell you what? So, See Deb's request. What is Deb's request? Ask if they've been. Oh, okay. Have you been here before? That was like whatever that was saying.
Yes.
That was like a yes. Yeah. Okay. Are you able to leave this place, or are you stuck here? That was like here. That was two different voices. That's anomalous. Ooh, did you hear that? That gave me chills.
Please.
Please? Stuck. K-Love heard stuck. Okay. Bowser heard brat. Okay.
Right.
So this gets pretty intense. And I mean, I'm just sitting in the studio. This is a place that I'm all the. That was loud. It's like it's shushing me. Like, shh, we're talking. Okay, you have an opportunity to speak. What would you like to say?
Tell me.
Good idea, Rachel. Oh. Husband to death. Does that say adios? We don't. What is your favorite? What is your favorite color? Say pink or blue, or what was that? Can you repeat your favorite color, please? You need to. Can you give me a favorite color? You heard yellow. Wow, there's this sounds like that one frantic female voice in there. I don't like that.
My cat.
Now you can hear my cat on the other side of the. I don't know if you can hear it, but Pikachu's on the outside of the door meowing, trying to come in. He might be being attracted by the activity, because cats are, of course, incredible detectors of spiritual presences. She said yellow, and he said purple. Okay. Very cool. Has anyone else? Pink? Yeah, I thought it was pink. That sound like Brent again? Okay. Yeah, I might be. Were you alive a long time ago or more recently? Do you know what year you passed in? That might be too specific. I'm trying to think how to phrase that best. When you were alive, what job did you do? we're going to include another element now, and this will be the Spirit Talker app. Today or like yesterday on Discord, I posted a video that shows this being used, and it was pretty impressive. So now we'll have anybody work, or what was that? Anybody work? A jumper? What is your name? Does that sound like Brent? I thought I heard Brent. How am I? I'm good, thank you. How are you? Now I'm also holding another app that is believed you can communicate through as well. So this is called the Spirit Talker app. It's available. I heard the F word. Oh, okay. I didn't hear that, Bowser. And so far it's not doing much. Sometimes you hear repeats, like, and those could be just part of the database. But again, there's only supposed to be fractions of words in there. Rest?
Yes.
Are you peaceful?
Right.
It says, get away from here. I forgot to turn the sound on. I heard Jake. I heard rest, yeah. You better sage after this. Yeah. It said Brent again. Yeah, I do regularly sage. I did a little bit of cleansing before I started the show tonight, and I'll be doing some after. How many of you are here? Can you give me a number? How many of you are here with me? Five, 4 and 5, I heard. There's a 4. Then sound like 7. Okay, now you're just throwing out numbers. So you heard 3. Okay. What city are you from? It says after. Maybe. Sorry if it's being profane. I don't have any control over that personally, but try to run a clean show here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what it says. Nelly. Okay. Nelly. Is there a Nelly here with us? Do you hear that? Yes. It was like echoey. That's so creepy. Nelly, are you stuck here? I don't know what that is, John. That it's not supposed to have music on it, so that's weird. And then that repeated. It's supposed to only be, ask about the dates, 1800s or early 1900s. Are any of you from the dates of the 1800s or 1900s? Early 1900s?
Soon.
It says soon. Yeah, some.
Movement.
Movement. Can you make that little ball on that table move? The little clear ball? If you could move that, that would be outstanding. It hasn't been moved for a long time. It hasn't flashed for a long time. Can you make it flash? Or can you touch the device that's sitting in that other chair? If you touch it, it should light up more. It won't hurt you, but it'll just give us indication that you're here. You need to touch that little ball, and then it will flash. Do you know who was the president during your lifetime? Yeah, who was his name?
Torch.
It says Torch, not, I thought it said George. I was like, oh, that's really good. That was a lot of response. Looking for a little more indication that you're here. If you could please sit in that chair across from me, or touch the device in the chair, it'll light up. And we should know that you're here. Or move that little ball on the table. Okay. I was about to, I thought it said George. I did too, Maggie. I was like, wow. I don't even know. Because I think, well, it could have been Bush, George Bush. It doesn't have to be Washington, but So it seems to be more random. We're not getting a ton.
No, it's not.
Oh, I said it seems to be more random. It says, no, it's not. Ooh, that's a good response. That's epic. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to offend anybody. I'm just looking for confirmation. I didn't hear that, Lucky. Lucky Gypsy 13, welcome to the show.
Challenge.
Did you have a favorite food? Can you tell me what that favorite food was?
No.
No. Nice. I'd appreciate it if you could. That was a loud one.
Everybody.
to put this right here. And I want to show you guys this. Most of you guys have seen things like this. God, I hope it has a charge. I didn't even think about that. Ugh, I didn't even charge it. This is a little FLIR device that I also... It says Mavis. M-A-V-I-S. Mavis. Hello, Mavis. This plugs into... I usually use it on my tablet, which is right here, and allows me to look around in thermal. I'm not going to set it up because it would take a couple minutes and then to turn it on and then to get it active, but I think everybody's seen infrared, the heat.
I'm really here.
I'm really here, it says. Wow. Well, we're glad you're really here. Could you move that little ball on the table over there, the little clear ball? Could you make those lights flash up on it? Or the device in the chair? That would be amazing. So this is a great item to have. They're not really expensive. Now, it's good to note that these are only good for about maybe 20 feet. I wouldn't take it outside and look for Bigfoot because it's just, everything would be far. It may detect anomalies in or different heat or...
Stop.
Please don't stop. I'm not stopping. You're still welcome to talk. You're welcome to talk to this device here or this device over there, or by moving the ball, or any number of things. So this is good. That was music. That's not usual. This is an easy to acquire device. Again, I would caution you, don't try this at home. This is not something I really advocate doing in your own home, but you know, I just think it can lead to a lot of problems if you end up bringing in something dark and ugly. Now, I've never invited anything in here, so, but I do believe there are things that are here. I shouldn't say things. I should say people that are here, just having activity through the years of living here. So, but keep talking to us. That said, sound like kill twice, didn't it? Can you say hello? Can you say hello to the people that are listening? How are you? Did you hear that? Thank you. Thank you, Aggravated. I appreciate all the white light. I was going to do some just regular EVPs and listen back here live, but yeah. But since it's already 8:30, I don't know if we would have times three. It said creature. Is there a creature here? I hope not. Let's hope not. Might need more of that white light. But this is my EVP. It's a Tascam, pretty good. It's got two. Wow, that was a burst. It's got two of these microphones on it. Can you count with me? 1, 2, 3. One. Say the next number, please. 1, 2, 3. Not hearing 4. The answer we were looking for was 4. Again, 1, 2, 3. Maybe they're not good counters. I'm just kidding. I'm just being just a joke. Now they're all mad. Creature could be the cat.
Positive.
Oh, it says positive. So, again, I can't be sure that we're having active communication, but there's enough correlation here that I think it's safe to say it really seems like we're communicating with something. Again, it's never like having a conversation. You might get 1, 2, 3 answers, and then you might get nothing the rest of the night. I don't know if it's an energetic thing or if it's something else. Maybe they just get bored. You can't expect that they're just going to sit around and perform like monkeys for us. I mean, I'm sure that most of them were people, and you know, how long are you going to be entertained? But I have fears of it. Good idea, Maggie. Bubble colors are good. Creature could be the cat. Yeah, it could be. I keep hearing Beverly also. Okay. Okay. Is there a Beverly here? That was a new voice, I thought. I don't think I'd heard that one before. I heard I'm not. Okay. So that's a different voice. It's been coming up a little bit. But again, you can't focus as much on the tone of the voice, whether it's male or female, but the response of it, because it's using an available sound field, and these are male and female voices that were recorded. So they aren't necessarily gender specific. They're just samples. Are you a male?
Don't go.
I'm not going. Just relax. Are you? No, that's all been male voices, which is interesting. Are you? Is there a female here?
Thank you for respect.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome for respect. That was 2 weird noises.
Good luck.
Okay. Well, anyway, we explored some communication tonight. I wanted to do this with you guys just to give you an inside look on what it's like. If some of you haven't been out doing this, and maybe your only exposure to it is what TV shows show you, this is kind of how it works. You just sit around, you ask questions, you try to find some response that is relevant, and then build on it and try to establish a communication. The ball went off several times tonight, which had never happened during a live show before. Even as I tested stomping on the floor and banging my desk to make sure I wasn't triggering it somehow. So I think we've seen some pretty fantastic things tonight, really. Not a lot of activity from the K2 meter. So little bits when I was on the table, but that was close to the speaker. So I don't know that I would judge them as positive results. I think you have to be able to look into debunking things actively. But thank you for everybody that participated with us tonight. We appreciate your communication and your attempts to connect with us. Thank you. And yeah, I thought it was something new to try here on the show. And
John.
it says Joan. Another name, Joan. Is there a Joan here? Is there anyone named Joan? That was, again, several words, but they're...
Happy to meet.
Happy to meet? Does that say happy to meet? That was like a full sentence. Happy to meet you too. Thank you. Thank you for introducing yourself. Okay, I'm going to shut this device in my hand off now.
Francis.
Francis. Is there a Francis here? Is there a Francis here as well? Those could be yeses, or they could just be the sound bank. That was like 3 words too. Down, da, da, whatever it said. So if you're listening back to the show and you hear other things, I'd love for you to leave it in the comments. In real time, my attention is split over several things right now, so I'm not able to give it 100% of my focus. That is so creepy. What is that? Huh. Anyway, I'm going to shut this one off and close it. And then, all right, I want to thank you all once again. Any spirits or entities that were here communicating with us, thank you for taking time to talk with us. We appreciate you being here. And you're not allowed to harm or hurt anybody, both here and on our listening audience. After this session is closed, you must disperse. So, let's disperse. All right, I'm going to shut this off as well. Okay. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, yeah, I remember. These old phones had the buttons. I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, this old battery doesn't work like it used to. This is an old phone. This is my old iPhone, this little tiny thing. And I use it just for this purpose now. It's part of my investigating kit, but it's like I had it charged to 84%, and it's now down to 46%. So it ate half the battery just doing this tonight. So let me turn off this other gear, and then we'll maybe do a cryptid story before the end of the road here. So hold on a sec. I got a lot to put away tonight. Okay. And you. There. Turn off the K2. Okay. So the cat bowl will still be there. And we'll just keep an eye on it. If it goes off again, I guess we'll consider that a sign, because they don't go off very well. That was great. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Maggie. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you, Colleen. Again, I want to, I don't know. I just want to bring you guys different stuff than you're seeing on 100 other shows or whatever out there, talking about the things that we normally talk about. I think it's fun to, oh, that was amazing. I'm glad you liked that, John. Thank you for that. We can certainly do it some more. It's just, I don't want to creep anybody out as well. If it's not, if it's makes some people uncomfortable, I don't want that to be the show either, but just know that it's just trying to establish communication, just trying to connect and understand what is this other phenomena that's happening around us. So it's just another methodology. So thank you, Rachel. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Creep me out, but I can handle it. Okay, good. My cat loves nip. I hope you mean catnip. I'm sorry. That was rude and uncalled for. I'm sorry. Sometimes I need to engage my filter. My apologies if that was really crude and stupid. But yeah, I'm glad you guys like that. Thank you so much. It's a lot of fun to do this stuff. Oh, thank you, Lily Pun. And thank you for any of those donations tonight. I don't know if I've missed any other ones. Looks like just the one that wants a refund, Martin, I guess, and then Lily. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, all right, let's get to an article here to end the cryptid corner. I got about 10 minutes left before the network will want to drop out. And I think we can do a Sasquatch Chronicles one here, since our good friend Mr. Wes Germer was in. I don't know if he's still in, but he was here. That was nice, and glad he stopped by. Wondered what happened to him. I'm just kidding. He's been so busy lately. It's been crazy. He had to put up with Markle after all, so that might wear anybody out for a while. Tony's on a whole different level. Tony's just a bundle of energy. If you ever look at his social media, he's like doing his shows, then he's doing documentaries, then he's doing travel shows and conferences, and then he's building a shed, and he's taking care of his farm and his home and his kids and his wife. And it's like, God, that guy's just a force of nature. All right, let's go to the Sasquatch Chronicles from April 14th, and we'll try to squeeze this one in. Yeah, we should be able to get this one in. All right, and this is, it was actually a show, ladies and gentlemen, but it was started with a listener email, and the show is actually live. It's wildland firefighters warned of unknown animal. And I've heard many of these stories through the years, so, excuse me, I find these very interesting. Let's go to this one so we can keep the cat ball up on the screen just in case it should flash one more time for us tonight. How do I ask a question for the week? Bowser, if you're in the Discord, just go to the question of the week, or right click my name in Discord, or you can and just send a message directly to me in Discord, or you can email it to me at paranormalportalradio@gmail.com. So, all right, here we go. A shed. I want a she shed. Well, maybe Tony can build you one then too, Tracy. He's getting good at that stuff. Tonight's show, wildland firefighters warned of unknown animal. A listener writes, I'm a former wildland firefighter who experienced something out of the ordinary on deployments to the Woodward Fire in Point Reyes, California in 2020. The operational dates of my deployment to the Woodland Fire were August 23rd through September 5th. I was 22 years old in the latter months of 2020, and there was 3 of us that got dispatched to the Woodward Fire in a Type 6 fire engine. My position on the crew was the lead sawyer and engineer, communications, navigations, overhead, face-to-face, etc. The other 2 positions consisted of the engine boss and a fellow firefighter Type 1, who was James. When we had arrived, it was roughly 10 p.m., and we quickly set up camp as we arrived. Base camp, incident command. The next morning, our engine boss sent me to go to the morning briefing to complete all logistical requirements for us to be assigned to division on the fire. And James was sent to get water, Gatorade, and lunches for the day. As I arrived to the morning briefing, I never expected to see what I saw. It says a Helitack crew had been introduced to the safety portion of the briefing with urgency. They held up a huge, well-casted footprint that they had collected from the northern edge of the fire, and they stated that they don't know what this is and to keep an eye out as we don't know what its intentions are. And if any of you come into contact with what made this print, then contact the incident commander immediately. And I thought, you have to be kidding me. It's not exactly what he said, but that's the version I'm doing on the show. As we started our shift that day, everything was normal. I'm running my chainsaw and prepping to a road called Bear Valley Trail for the fire that is effectively moving straight for us. Right before lunchtime rolls around, my engine boss taps me on my shoulder to stop my saw. He had seen something huge and black moving around halfway up the hill on the side of Bear Valley Trail that I was cutting on. We stopped cutting operations to assure our safety. My engine boss said that it was a moose. It was so big. I never got to see anything, but I know for a fact there are not any moose that's that far south. Immediately after, our task force leader for our division comes up to us and tells us to halt operations and to head to base camp to sleep. We're now informed to that we'll be switching to the night shift. And for some reason, my gut sank. A gut feeling just saying, do not go back into those woods tonight. What we experienced over the next 14 days of night shift was whoops, whistling, and the feeling of being watched constantly. At the end of our 14-day operational period, we were forced to sign an extremely vague NDA. I have plenty of details for the entire 14 days, but I'll be sitting here all day typing. So I'm glad that Wes made a show of it. That sounds like an awesome episode. So if you haven't already listened to it, definitely go check it out, because I'm sure that man has so much more to tell. That's very powerful. And it's about 51, so we got about 6 minutes left. No, about 6 minutes left. How long is this one? Too much for 6 minutes? No. Yeah, maybe. Let me just look for a shorter one here. Yeah, this one's shorter. This is from April 18th, the Mississippi Creature. A listener writes, I've lived in the very north part of Mississippi my whole life and have been interested in Bigfoot since I was a small child. I have several stories that I've personally seen a Bigfoot with my own eyes while playing baseball with my older sister as a child. My mother has seen it as well. My uncle has seen it once that I know of. There is also a place that my family and a very few amount of friends go that has to be one of the strangest places I have personally been to, that we've had crazy events happen to us. I'd like to share my encounter that only my family and very few select family friends know of. If you'd also like to share it on your show, that will be fine with me, and thank you for your time. Spoke to the eyewitness, and he said this property has been in my family for generations. Almost everyone in my family has had encounters with this creature. I was playing basketball with my sister. After playing basketball, my sister wanted to get some plums, and I went with her. We ran into this creature eating our plums. The mouth on this thing was huge, and he would have put a whole plum in his mouth. It looked at us, and it had sort of a look of shock. The creature took off running, and my father was a police officer. My father and another officer went looking for this thing after we told him what we saw. Before our first home burnt down, one of these creatures tried to get into the house, and my mother caught it in the process. Our property is next to a place the locals call Booger Holler. Let me tell you, that is a strange place. It seems like they were on the property during the summertime. So that's very interesting. Huh. I don't know if that's an upcoming show or what it'll be, but yeah, that one sounds interesting. I wonder what everybody saw. Very crazy stuff, folks, but we do lots of crazy here on the show, as you're, I'm sure, aware. So, I don't know. That's been our journey tonight. I hope you guys have had a good time. I don't want to break into another story, but again, I hope you guys enjoyed the different things that I'm trying to do to bring you a unique show. I think this is fun. It's interesting. It also helps to have so many ears listening, because sometimes those things are really hard to discern. It's like, well, what was that? It sounded like maybe this. And then to hear your takes on what is being generated really brings a whole level of clarity to it. And it's just having more than one or two people listening is so beneficial. So I like doing this. I like doing it with you guys here on the show. And if it's something you guys really enjoy and want to do more of, then let me know. I've been kind of doing it anyway, but I did receive some feedback that you guys really enjoyed it. And of course, the chat tonight, you guys have said, hey, I really like this. This is a lot of fun. And that means the world to me. I want to bring you guys the best show. I want to bring you an experience that nobody else is doing. I know there are other shows that do investigations, and I certainly want to bring you on those if we get them. But in the meantime, we can still go over the techniques, use the equipment here, and because I don't think you have to go to any specific place. I think that we're probably swimming in a world of spirits, and so maybe if we have the means available, they can talk to us. And I think it's very possible that they did tonight. Oh, thank you, Lily Pond. I appreciate that a bunch. Good night. It was an amazing show, and thank you for uniting a community of paranormal enthusiasts. Oh, my pleasure, Bowser. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're here, and I hope you continue to come in. And if any else is out there that is newer to the show, I hope you get subscribed. I hope you'll hit the bell. Ring the bell and keep coming back. I'll keep bringing you the best shows I know how to. Sometimes they'll be repetitious. Now, remember, next Friday here on the portal, we're going to be having a Small Town Ghost Stories join us. And that'll be a great time talking to them. They're a bunch of wonderful guys. I had a great discussion with them while I appeared on their show last Tuesday. And I linked that on social media, on the Facebook. So if you want to check it out, go look for that post. and it links right to the episode that I appeared on. We talked about the Queen Mary, the haunted ship. Oh, thank you, K-Love. Wow. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. And, it was a lot. Oh, did the light go off? No, I don't know. I thought I saw a flash. Maybe it was just my buttons here. I don't really have peripheral vision on this eye because I was shot in the eye with a BB when I was 12. So I have very limited peripheral vision. I just noticed a color change, and so I turned. But no, the ball usually flashes for a period of time. So, wow, awesome. Yeah, it is awesome. Thank you so much, K-Love. That means the world. Thank you so much. And thank you to our members. I saw K-Love is now a member, as well as Chucky Danger and all of the rest of you that are members here on the YouTube channel. That
urban regulation is becoming an ever-growing
That's the end of the show. So I guess we're going to close it out. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Love you all. Be good, be kind, be nice. Take care of each other. Help each other out. Find the magic in every day. And remember to laugh as much as you can. Good night, everybody.
Unregulated and listener supported. The shows on TFR are not micromanaged.